Hello everyone, this is John again. It's time for my year 3 battery condition test. In the pictures of the gauge cluster, you'll see that I have a check engine light on. That is because I have a faulty camshaft position sensor that has since been replaced. The sensor threw an error a day before I started this test, so you'll see the error throughout the entire video. I haven't had any problems with the electrical part of the car, it's just been the gas part. Towards the middle of summer of last year, I noticed that the fully charged range had dropped from 26 miles to 24 miles. And it turns out that's because if you have any kind of environmental control on, whether it's air conditioning or just the vent or even heat, it will adjust the range assuming the worst case power draw. So because I always run with air conditioning, when I started up in the morning, it gave me a 24-mile range. But if I turn off the range, it takes it up to 26. So at the fully charged state, you'll lose about 2 miles or about 3 or 4 kilometers. And then the lower it gets in charge, the smaller amount that it will take off of that amount. I have recently run a couple city tests. I was busy doing errands, and turns out I ran out the battery in both situations. The first run was 25 to 35 miles an hour or 40 to 56 kilometers an hour, and that yielded 32 miles of range or 51.5 kilometers. The second run was a bit further distances at higher speeds. It was around 45 miles or 72 kilometers per hour, and that resulted in about 31.6 miles or 50.8 kilometers of range. Not too bad after 3 years of almost exclusive battery use during the summertime. Right now I'll be running the highway range test and as well as the fuel economy test for city and highway driving. The highway range test is a 13-mile loop out and back, so both ways is 26 miles or 42 kilometers. The highway loop is 50 miles or 80.5 kilometers out and the same distance back. When I do my city economy test, that'll basically be driving in about a 50-mile city driving, so no special loop for that. We've just finished charging and the battery pack voltage is 369.56 volts, and the BMS tells me I have 95% charged, and the ODB2 reader says 94. Of course, the infotainment center says 100% because that's as much as the battery can take. We will get ready now and go see how far I can make it on the highway. And we're off. I'm running this with air conditioning because even though it's kind of cool outside right now, it is very sunny and that heats up the cabin quite a bit. Once I get to 70 miles an hour, I'll engage the cruise control just so that I don't have to worry about maintaining a constant speed. We're almost to my turnaround spot now. I was caught behind a semi going about 5 miles an hour under the limit, so I wasn't really able to get around them because I'd have to accelerate past 70 miles an hour and risk engaging the gasoline engine. So for the next mile or so, I'll be going 65 rather than 70. And then when I turn around, we'll see what happens. I have quite a severe headwind. It's from the northwest at about 17 miles an hour or 27 kilometers an hour, and that's kind of affecting my range too. Right now it shows me as getting about 20 to 21 miles of electric range, and we'll see what happens on the way back when I get a boost from the wind rather than getting slowed down. We're getting close to running out of battery, so I'll see how far it goes before the gas engine kicks in. My guess is that we won't have much further to go. And it just kicked in at 22.3 miles. So I'll clear the trip computer and see how far it goes on gasoline. Just filled up the tank and we had 42.7 miles per gallon or 5.51 liters per 100 kilometers. So not too bad for a windy day like today. And now we'll try some city driving tests. There's no way that the city test was 120 miles per gallon. So even though the gas range is not exactly accurate, I'm going to have to use the value that the Niro presented, which is 60 miles per gallon or 3.92 liters per 100 kilometers.